Attending this ACB 10, Toastmaster Vamshi, true hero, Toastmaster Vamshi.
Thank you so much, Sudhir Batam. I really love those words when you say true hero Vamshi Krishna Alladi. Thank you. Jokes apart. A very good evening to all my dear friends. A few hundreds of years ago, when the mother India was in the clutches of ruthless rulers, when our women were abducted and raped by the kings themselves, when each one of the citizens was helpless, then there came a ray of hope from the Maratha Empire, who established the all lost pride of India. And you know whom I'm talking about? Louder?
Shivaji.
Yes. He is none other than Shivaji the Great. You know, Shivaji is a true symbol of love, kindness, and compassion. His citizens and his people look him as not less than a god, because he does all what a god can do to his devotees. One day, when he was riding his horse on a countryside, a huge stone was hurled at his head. He was shocked. He was thinking, who will have the audacity to throw a stone at the emperor? Now forget about an emperor. Even we feel very angry, right, when someone throws a stone on us. He was wondering, he was very angry. He was looking everywhere. Who was that particular person who threw that stone? Then suddenly from the bushes, there came an old woman. My lord, I was not throwing the stone at you. I was very hungry and I wanted those sweet mangoes, and that's the reason I was throwing stones at those mangoes. When Shivaji heard these words from that old lady, he became thoughtful for a while. When a non-living entity like a mango tree can be so merciful and patient to give sweet mangoes when someone is throwing stones at particular tree, I, as a king, shouldn't I be more merciful and loving? So he felt like that. Then he took away a bag of gold coins and gave it to the old lady so that she can live happily. So such was his love for his people. So he never showed his anger towards them. See, not only he loved his own people, he also loved enemies as well. Not in the sense that leaving them, but enemies and women of enemies. So there was a very great culture in India prevailing during the medieval period, particularly period of those Mughals and few Nizam rulers. They have this very cruel habit of abducting women whenever they conquer a kingdom. And you know, they abduct the women for those obvious reasons, for those cruel reasons. So following the same pattern, one of the Sardars of Shivaji, he brought the daughter-in-law of Subedar of Kalyan, where he won the kingdom of Kalyan. So he brought the daughter-in-law of Subedar of Kalyan. So he brought to Shivaji. So he was under the impression Shivaji will be very happy when I give this gift as a beautiful girl to Shivaji, and he will definitely pat me. But it was completely the other way. When Shivaji saw that, he became very furious. How dare you to think that I would accept this innocent girl as a gift? My dear people, if anyone gonna repeat this heinous crime in the future, I will chop off your hands mercilessly. Everyone was surprised and shocked, and particularly that Sardar was shocked. And Shivaji in the same voice warned and ordered the Sardar, my dear Sardar, immediately take this lady to the same place and hand over to the Subedar with all honors and a letter of apology. When that particular girl heard these words, so she took away the mask of the burqa and she started crying. Ya Allah, ye aadmi nahi, ye farishta hai, iska bala karna. Which means, oh Lord, he is not a man, he is an angel. Bestow all success to him. So when Shivaji saw her face, she was really very beautiful. And he said, I feel my mother is as beautiful as her. If my mother was as beautiful as her, I would have been more beautiful. She was even shocked. Now, who would compare a beautiful girl with his mother? At least I won't compare. So she even started crying. She said, I heard a lot about you, Maharaj. People say that you are like a lord. And what all they said is completely true, and I see that happening today. She was very happy. So even Shivaji was not only he has these traits of love, mercy and compassion, but he was also very courageous warrior. So he never spared anyone who came to destroy the Maratha kingdom. So one of the Mughal generals named Aslam Khan, so he was a 7 feet guy. Whenever someone sees him, first of all they are half dead. So this fellow has always have quarrel with all the kings. No, he always had something, an axe to grind with any person who come across with that particular person. So he couldn't conquer the Maratha kingdom. So he planned for a peace and arranged a kind of meeting, a tryst with Shivaji. So when Shivaji came to his tent alone, all were worried. Now what would happen to Shivaji, because the fellow is very cruel. So once Shivaji entered his tent, Aslam Khan's tent, he came and hugged Shivaji and slowly took a small knife and pierced into the chest of Shivaji. But Shivaji was very, very clever, and he definitely knew the kind of qualities of this particular Aslam Khan, and he knew very well how cruel Aslam Khan is. So he wore an armor, and so that particular knife did not harm Shivaji. And immediately Shivaji grabbed Aslam Khan with his hands, and with his lioned claws he teared the chest of Aslam Khan, and he killed then and there itself in his own tent. By seeing this action, all the Mughal soldiers ran away from the place, and the people of Maratha Empire prized Shivaji Chhatrapati. Then came the title called as Chhatrapati, which means the man of people. So again, friends, Shivaji he not only cared about his people, but also he cared about his military soldiers. When you Google, you know that in one of the top guerrilla acts in India, few of the guerrilla acts were invented by Shivaji himself. So Shivaji never encouraged a practical combat with enemy, because he did not want all those bloodshed, and he did not want his soldiers being killed in the war. So he always employed clever guerrilla tactics where people hide and kill the soldiers of enemy. So with this, you might understand that he always cared for his people and soldiers. But there's a fad among a lot of people that he is kind of pro-Hindu and he is not a secular. But it's completely wrong. The data shows there are a lot of chiefs in his own army, where Ibrahim Khan as chief of artillery, Daulat Khan, a navy armor chief, Siddharth Pillai, Muslim chieftain in Shivaji army, and Qazi Haidar, emissary of Shivaji, Siddhi Ibrahim, bodyguard of Shivaji, and there were 66,000 troopers out of 15 lakhs soldiers in Shivaji's army. So with this, we know that he is even secular as well. So a true king always knew how to win even he lost his battle. A true king will always know how to live even his life is lost. So definitely Shivaji is a true king and a true hero whom we can always remember. Over to you.